boy, oh boy, am I excited for this. I'm just going to be smiling the whole game, by the way. It's going to be so good.
I'm going to be watching you on my second monitor because we can see each other. So I'm just going to be looking over. He's smiling. There it is.
I'm ready.
He's
I'm so
smiling.
ready. I'm so unbelievably ready.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. When I get to see these teams kind of face off against each other, like everybody knows that I do like LGD, and like that's where my home is in, I guess, China, just because that's who I started following first. Or really even Vici kind of has a home too with me because that they were the team that got me excited about Dota. Go into that ESL back in the day with Ice Ice Ice, Black, and Fenrir, FY, and Super. Like that was the team that got me into competitive Dota. That team right there. So like this series, every time I get a chance to watch it, every time I get a chance to see it, it's just like I'm the same as you. Get into Candy Stop on Hanukkah, not Christmas, but I get to experience this, and I always do love it. So it'll bring us into the draft right now. Grimstroke banned by Vici as well as the Keeper of the Light. I know LGD are definitely ones to utilize that Kato with Axnova, who plays it fantastically. And then Treant Mars. And even though Mars has that 18% win rate, still finding bans.
It's still a Yang Mars, right? I mean, he didn't have a great performance on it. Was it yesterday? I think he struggled a little bit. I think it was 2 days ago now, right? But yeah, he struggled a little bit. But again, it's still one of Yang's best heroes. So not too surprised. I accidentally just pulled my headphone down. Good stuff. That's how excited I am. Just things are flying across the room.
I am that excited too. I would be screaming a lot more, but it is technically 5:45 in the morning, and I have other people who live in this house.
Okay, you don't scream, but I'm going to scream. I'll do the play-by-play for the hype fights then. I'll get it done. Don't worry.
Some people always ask me, are you like whisper casting? And sometimes I kind of am. I'm like trying to keep it down a little bit. And I'm just like doing that thing where I kind of keep my voice down, but it still has all that emotion behind it.
Yeah, so like normally, because I live like at home still and stuff, that I try not to cast like really late in the evenings and really early in the mornings. It's like because the walls, like my parents' bedroom's on the other side of my wall, right? But at the moment, because we've got the lockdown stuff going on, they were like, yeah, it's fine. We're not doing anything anyway. Like, it's all right. Like, shout out to them. I get to cast LGD Vici because of it. I'm not surprised they banned out some of FY's heroes, by the way. I think he's been probably the most influential player on this team so far in the games we've seen. You know, his Shaker performances, and I think the Tusk especially has been incredible.
Yeah, agreed.
So not surprised that they're both banned out. Might open up the Rubik potentially if we've seen some possible heroes banned out. And, we've got FY on one side, we've got PYW on the other side. Two of the best Rubik players going at the moment.
Ooh, Shadow Demon. Yeah, I'd love to see that Rubik, that bleak hallucination Rubik. The Shadow Demon first, PYW. Or maybe actually even DY. I know they swapped the 4 and 5 on this hero quite a bit for Vici.
Yeah, and I know LGD have done the same before in the past. Like I think Shadow Demon is just a really strong hero at the moment. It gives you the save, but you can also play aggressively with the setup. Possibly looking at a second pick Nyx they could go for as well, or further on down in the draft. There's the setup for the Impale, but I wonder what LGD go for here, because this Shadow Demon won't be a surprise to them. They'll know that Vici would have rated this hero very highly, and so they're going to go for the Silencer, which, when you play these defensive heroes like Shadow Demon, I think like Wyvern, Oracle as well, they hate playing against Global Silence, because you can't offer the save when they go on you at the same time. Oh my god. They've picked Tiny.
Is that the first Tiny of the tournament?
No, I think you got to play once before, and
No, it's the first Tiny.
Really?
Whoa, yeah.
It might have been a Wii Play or something else I casted then, but I really
I've been doing that too.
I really don't rate Tiny as a hero at the moment. I think it's in a tough place. It's better as a core, I think, but as a position 4, it's really rough. Because, they've nerfed Toss so much now. I think the cast range got reduced from like 1100 to 700, I think, at level 1. Mm-hmm. And there's not the Nyx, but there's a Centaur. So they have the Shadow Demon Centaur lane. Absolute classic at the moment. I think when you're playing against Silencer as well, that hero doesn't deal with Centaur great in the laning stage. And it is pretty squishy, so if Silencer ever gets caught out of position, the Shadow Demon Centaur can punish him. So I don't mind this pick. And it's one of Yang's best heroes, right? He loves the Centaur.
Could this being old 11 tiny. Also, by the way, they didn't ban the Enigma. They focused FY in the draft. They have not banned the Enigma.
I don't know
And
whether
that has been
LGD...
big for old 11.
True, but I don't know whether these two teams have played against each other in different competitions at the moment. Because if they have, I feel like these bans and picks are going to be more specific. Because maybe they like played Enigma against them another time and they lost with it, for example, right? So it could be, this tiny could be anywhere, by the way, 1, 2, 3, or 4. I think it's almost nailed to be a 5 silencer. The X Nova plays that hero nearly all the time for LGD, I'm pretty sure. But I'd really like to see a non-position 3 tiny. Again, I don't rate this hero massively at the moment. I'd rather it be a 4 than a 3.
So, just before we talk about this Monkey King pick, the last time they played each other was DPL-CDA. LGD played Vici. 2-0 for LGD. They
When was this?
This was 12 days ago. Was the last time they played each other.
So quite a while ago now. Okay.
A decent chunk of time, but within the parameters of going to that DPL CDA and then like the next day or something, starting off Dota Pit or getting into Dota Pit. They didn't play the Enigma. From what I'm seeing, also the Tiny was picked by Vici, was played by PYW, and also both games, no Enigma ban.
Maybe it's just something they feel like Vici would punish a lot harder than the other teams. Because Enigma is one of those heroes, right, where it can get run at in lane. It's not very mobile. And if they feel like Vici are going to be hyper-aggressive, which they have been fairly recently, then they have the potential to just run it over. I'm really surprised Oracle's made it this far through the draft, by the way. And I'm really surprised they picked Monkey King into Shadow Demon as well, because the Demonic Purge, when you place it on the Monkey King, he can't get Jingu hits off, because it constantly applies the Purge onto the ones that he stacks up.
Ooh, and we've seen this Venge be in the 1 position a couple times. The question is, will this be the DY Venge, or even the PYW Venge, and making that Shadow Demon a 5 now?
I think depending on what they go for here, they could even play it as a core still as well. Like, we've seen this Dusa lineup once already this tournament, right? And they have potential to possibly pick it again here. It just opens up a few picks. I mean, they could... I'd be really surprised if they picked Venge Shadow Demon as their support combo up against the Silencer. We've talked about these defensive supports. Venge is another example. That you can't get the swap save off when that global effect is active. So I think it's more likely to be some kind of like tempo core to look up to pick some, like, not greedy, maybe not a massively greedy carry necessarily, but that works well with the Venge in a core duo. Because I think this might end up being like a carry Venge for probably Eurus, I would assume. Because I know Ori is a Dusa player. I think Eurus has played
a Venge pick, by the way, 2-0 in Dota Pit, and there's the Enigma.
Which is so brave when there's a Venge, right? Like, Vici are almost covering themselves in the back by saying, okay, we've picked Venge. If you pick Enigma, you're really brave here because we've got the Black Hole swap cancel with the swap. And they're like, we're just going to pick Enigma anyway. We don't care.
To be fair, they do have that combo of the Global Silence, Black Hole.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. It is very strong, this game. They've probably picked it almost to be thinking like, yeah, well, we've covered ourselves with the global, right? And I wonder how Enigma builds this game, because he might go for this Blink BKB that we've seen Old Eleven's been doing, but he might also go for more like of a utility-heavy Enigma, because he can still like just BKB and get the hole off, and they pop global at the same time, right? Tough pick.
So. Ooh.
Okay.
So it won't be the carry Venge, and I think that maybe even slips it now into a support role.
Yeah, I mean, it could be mid, but I very much doubt it now. I think the Enigma things changes things up a bit, because Venge doesn't really lane against that hero very well. And yeah, they're just going to use it to buff up a different core instead, which is fine. This TB pick, they don't have good magic damage on LGD. It's kind of only really the tiny, right? So TB should have a relatively okay game at the moment. The only thing I will say is they have really good heroes on LGD getting into his jungle and playing aggressive. Like this tiny, like the Monkey King can jump around on trees as well. If this tiny gets a blink, it's a big threat. But LGD do have to play around this global massively at the moment because of the double save on Vici.
Now, will it be the Silencer, Monkey King, and Lane together? And is it Tiny Enigma in this lane?
I'm still wondering whether it's going to end up being a mid-tiny instead. But they have last pick overall, so it doesn't matter, right? Like they can decide after Vici have shown all their lanes. I would imagine it would be Monkey King Silencer.
Right?
Could be a tri-lane, yeah. I guess. And then just leave the Enigma by himself. And just bring the wave back constantly with denying range creeps.
Yeah.
I think if you're playing Tiny 4, I think your effectiveness in a dual lane is pretty underwhelming at the moment because you have so much less kill potential since the toss nerfs. So they could start as 3, yeah, for sure. And I think Silence and Monkey King lane, it's really strong when they get some levels online, but I think at level 1 and level 2 especially, they do struggle a little bit.
It's kind of strong, though. If I guess depending on the opponent, right? Because Silencer's Gleaves early do kind of hurt.
They do, but at the same time, like we said, if X-Nova ever gets caught out of position, then they can just turn around. Like level 3, level 2, they have the Shadow Points, they've got the setup for the Stomp as well. So you do have to be careful. I'm really wondering what Vici are going to pick here. I think they need some like kind of playmaker Ori hero. I think this puck would have been interesting for them to pick, but it would have suited their game perfectly because they have the coil into swap as well. Not a big fan of puck, but I don't think it would have been too bad here. And Ori puck is really impressive. I'm trying to think of other heroes that he would play here. Maybe like Queen of Pain and stuff. Oh god. Chalice is like getting PTSD flashbacks now from that game he had to play Viper.
Yeah, where he... Hold on. Whoa. Putting that memory in my mind. That with the Queen of Pain that also had 1,200 net worth. Bottom of the net worth, mid Queen of Pain.
That was so funny.
Jesus.
What a game that was. What series was that? I think it was LGD... Was it Asta?
That was LGD RNG, wasn't it? Game 2.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So
with the Old 11 Chen mid.
If you guys want to go and watch a Clown Fest, LGD Asta Game 2 from the upper bracket of this competition was absolutely hilarious.
LGD RNG.
RNG, sorry, yeah. LGD RNG. What do they go for? Is this... Yeah, so it's Core Tiny. I really like this. I think this is a good idea.
Okay.
I do worry that they don't have great scaling potential because I think if this game gets to like the ultra late game, yes, they have the Enigma effects, but I think this TB is definitely the strongest hero on the map still by some margin. And I'll be interested to see if maybe goes for this Radiance build on the Monkey King as well, up against the TB.
One position clockwork.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Tiny 4, 5 silencer.
What?
Whoa.
Now, there's been some weird carry picks in the past for teams. I know Undying has been one that you've mentioned before. I think that was... I can't remember who that was, actually.
That was Moogie. Who played that?
Oh, yeah, it was Newbie, wasn't it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a couple of funky carry picks, but this is what happens when your offlaner transitions to POS 1, and he's like, guys, it's a really good clock game. And they're like, Chalice, you know you're playing POS 1 now, right? He's like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. I've got this, guys. It's all right. They are so reliant on Monkey King for damage. And I think if they don't run over this game really quickly on LGD, I think they're going to be in serious trouble. But I cannot wait to see what Chalice does on this carry clock.
Jesus.
I say carry clock. It's not really a carry though, right? Is it? It's kind of like they have 2 POS 3s that are going to play really.
Position is just a number, Mo. It could be whatever you want it to be.
Old 11 is 18-2 in his last 20 Enigma games.
Jesus.
I mean, that only counts pubs, I think. But even so, that guy's gaining MMR if he's going 18-2 as an Enigma over 20 games. And he is going for that Necro book rush build. He's got shared tangos from his teammates. I assume it's from X-Nova. Challenge already starts with the all chat. Come on, Twitch chat, give us some translation, please. Yang's like, why the hell are you playing Clockwork? I wonder if Vici had any idea something like this would happen. Should be a good laugh.
He DCs because he actually doesn't want to play this hero. They're going to concede game 1. They'll play from 1-0 down.
Do you reckon it was supposed to be Tiny Core and Chalice still thought he was playing POS 3? He's like, oh god, I messed up. Sorry guys, I picked the wrong hero.
Talking to the admins. Do you guys mind if we remake?
What was the tournament where? What was the tournament where somebody was playing against PPD and they accidentally misskilled on SF at level 1, and they asked for a remake, and pretty sure the admins gave it to them, and PPD was like, "What? Like, how can you?"
They no. Wasn't it what PPD said no to it?
Yeah, PPD said no to it, but I can't remember whether it actually happened or not.
Oh, what game was that?
Like, how can you possibly ask for a remake just from misclicking from your own mistake? I never understood that.
PPD argues with admins about remake after Ninjas in Pajamas select wrong heroes and can't swap. That was a year ago.
I mean, the highest profile case of that, which you remember, was EG at TI when they played IG, and Fly ended up playing Clinks and Arteezy was playing Phoenix. It was so funny. Oh, I think they ended up winning the game as well, which made it even more funny. Because I remember the IG players got to lane and they were like, why is Fly playing Clinks? I'm pretty sure it was JT. I can't remember, but that was hilarious. So, let's Twitch chat interaction here. You know, we've got a bit of downtime.
Well, Twitch chat is also saying Core Tiny against TB. Little do they know it's
about to
position
come.
1. Yeah, it's position 1 Clockwork.
It's about to come in hard. Twitch chat about to lose their goddamn minds.
What do you mean it's Chalice 1 Clockwork?
To be fair, that's what I did. I want Twitch chat to give us a rating out of 10 for how well they think this clock's going to play. I think we could be in for an interesting game.
Oh my god, Twitch chat. They're losing their minds. Somebody's saying somebody's at my window. They are not. I'm on camera right now. Nobody's there. Even 5 minutes in the past, nobody was there. My bed is made. Hope you guys know. Just saying. Not enough time for me to
it's so
get
funny seeing people say stuff like, oh my god, why are people saying Clock Pos 1 are you Papega? And stuff like that. And then everybody in a minute is going to just lose it.
Yeah, or they're 2K casters. Why would you say clock position 1? They don't know that it is clock position 1.
Yeah? Oh my god. Because they can't see the names underneath the hero selections. Oh god. Guys.
Twitch chat getting debated and they're calling us bad for it.
Let's just pause. I love it when it pauses and we get to see the reactions to things. It's so good. So let's talk about why Clockwork 1 would possibly be good this game. You, Jang... What are they all chatting? Hang on. This is more important.
Oh, I can read it. Hold on. It says, I just built a new computer with my amazing AMD processor. Get yourself an AMD processor at a local store selling computer parts near you. That's what it says. It's kind of crazy. And Chalice is like, well, I need a graphics card, and Yang just responded with Sapphire Technology, the best company making graphics cards today. Get yourself a Sapphire Technology graphics card, and you'll be very happy.
I'm constantly
Chalice.
impressed with your ability to manage this.
AMD Sapphire, throw me some free stuff, by the way. Sapphire apparently makes like the best AMD graphics cards, and disruption.
Oh my god!
X Nova is gonna be dead here.
I love that
Get
they all
first blood.
They all gave Ori the first blood there. They all stopped attacking so that he could get it. I love when people do that for first bloods and they give it to their mid, because it gives them such an advantage early on. Like, if you look at the net worth difference now, he's an extra 300 up on what I assume is going to be... Is it Clockwork mid or is it Monkey King? Or are they putting the Enigma mid against the Viper? I think they are. Right? Who's going where?
Laning shuffle. Laning shuffle. This is the laning shuffle.
I literally have no idea where anybody's going. Looks like Old 11's possibly just going top then. And they're going to put the Monkey mid against the Viper. Okay. That sounds pretty good for the Viper, I'll be honest. And you see they're waiting to see who goes mid. Because if it's Monkey King, I'm pretty sure this TV's going to want to go top. Yeah, he is. And Ori's going to come mid here. Because they want this Viper up against the Monkey King in the laning stage. Oh, Chalice in a bit of trouble. No, the Clockwork.
Oh boy, surrounded on all sides. Trying to get away with that battery assault. Is he really going to live here? DY's got a stun in 2 seconds, so probably still... No, they don't chase.
So
okay.
Basically, what's happening here is they're saying to Old 11, well, we think it's a really good Enigma game. So we think you should just be more of a farmer, right, and you should scale more. And we're going to let Chalice play off lane this game. Back to original. And X-Nova's now the carry in the bot lane.
Oh, Somnus taking a last hit away from Old 11.
And I don't know if you noticed as well, Old 11 came mid because he wants to lane up against the Viper. And they're going to send the Monkey King towards the bot lane, and Chalice is going to start walking top. You know what? Fair enough.
Laning shuffle. Laning shuffle. This is the laning shuffle.
X-Nova and FY are absolutely loving life at the moment, by the way. They're like, we forgot what last hits were. This is great. So LGD have managed to do this without using any TP scrolls, sorry. Which is amazing for them. They've managed to get the exact lane matchups they want while not having them in the first place, right?
And that's the thing. You sometimes see this laning shuffle, and you TP to the lane you want, and then you're dead, and then you gotta walk back. Yang's actually taking a significant amount of damage. Balance Strike comes in, and the Arcane Curse with the Glaives as X-Nova has that level 2. He's about to be level 3. So does he take another level in the Glaives? I believe
I think you
does,
take
right?
a second point in Curse, and then you go 203, I think. Because the int still doesn't go up. I'm not 100% sure, because the int to damage percentage goes up by 20%, which is like over 100% of what level 1 is.
Oh. Another pause.
Something I'd never seen before, by the way. Up in this top lane, you see the Hellbear Smashers where they've spawned at the big camp now. There was a range creep attacking the camp, and it killed the camp just before the next one spawned. And so when the Hellbear spawned, the range creep carried on aggroing to the next camp. Which was super weird. I've never seen that before.
So as we get into this pause once again, something I want to talk about. CSGO, they have the pings available. Like if you open up the tab screen and you see all the players' pings are available to the server. I'd love to see whose pings are here, you know, what the deal is, why we continue to get these pauses. But on top of which... yesterday I was watching CSGO. Guy had 200 ping. He was playing via a hotspot, and he still managed to get an ace.
Nice, nice.
200 ping gets an ace.
That's pretty good.
Could you imagine if we knew the pings here for these guys?
To be fair, mid one playing from, what was it? Is he in Malaysia or Singapore at the moment? I can't remember. I think it's Malaysia. Got an ultra kill in OG versus Secret, which is quite impressive, on like 200 ping.
Very true.
Better my blade than theirs.
It was it was so impressive to watch that. But back into the Dota game, the game at hand, not CSGO. FY's made the rotation bottom. He is level 3. He's got 2 levels in Avalanche. So the Avalanche comes in, they've got the disruption. If they throw the balance strike now, maybe they get the toss off, but it's a little bit delayed. And Venge makes the rotation, so it will be the tri-lane. And then you've got the Enigma mid with a free 1v1 Chalice v Terrorblade.
Yeah, I think this is an amazing lane setup, though, for Vici. I think the fact they get their tri-lane into the Monkey King. Yeah, Monkey King's just going to swap and just go mid here against the Centaur. And then he was going to have to walk bot afterwards as well. Yang is not happy. He's like, come on, Chalice, dude.
I think that's lag.
Tadawang.
Although those other things, I believe, are my HyperX just came in the mail. Going to install it into my computer. Best RAM out there. Just got my new HyperX Ducky keyboard. Let me just plug it in. Okay. That's cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know this one. Hold on, I just got to translate it really quick. There's the disconnect. I believe that one says 1 second, I'm lagging, but I'm still looking at the beautiful screen on my AOC monitor.
Guys.
Really weird. Really weird.
So this laning switch up so far has been a little bit interesting because FY is already level 3, right? Which normally when you play this possible tiny, he's actually level 3.5, which you would never normally get at this point in the game. So his threat of roaming around, especially on this really immobile hero like the Viper, you saw there was a really good disruption by PYW, but he almost got the toss off. And so Ori's going to have to be a little bit careful down here. But I think the reason why this is so good for Vici, this laning setup at the moment, is the fact that TB gets to 1v1 a clock, which he definitely comes out ahead in, but it's also the fact that he's not laning with anybody at the moment, right? So he's level 3.5 on the TB as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which means Eurus is, he's going to be... If everybody else is moving around and he's just sitting in a lane and farming, he's just laughing. He's loving life. This is not the hype I had imagined coming into LGD versus Vici, that the game would just be paused forever.
Yeah, pause will do that, It'll just take the wind out of the sails and, you just don't know how to get hyped anymore, but that's not, we're good at getting back hyped.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people get a little bit too hyped because they've put in their bet via Raybet and Ray Gaming. Get a little bit too ahead of themselves. I've done them all now, Mo. It's okay.
Nice. I can't wait for you to reshuffle and go through from the beginning again. It's gonna be
reshuffle. You know what's really great about reshuffling? Reshuffling your RAM. Something you can do with your HyperX RAM. If you've got 4 sticks, you could just move them into different slots, do your thing, and boom.
Right,
amazing.
You can stop now. It's fine. I think you've exhausted it. Chalice is back.
I can give you guys my address, sponsors,
Chalice.
Please.
Oh, thank God he says go. We can actually we can get out of here.
Here we go. We're back on.
Maybe I don't know, Eurus with this meta. Whenever he's in this 1v1 against the TV and he gets to have meta up, I feel like Chalice should be able to get a last hit.
Ooh.
Oh no, not back to the sponsors. Oh guys, I'm really sorry.
This pause is brought to you by AMD. They like sending B-Cop a nice processor. He needs to build a new computer and all he's thinking is AMD.
I'm going to talk about the game while you do that. Tiny, we talked about how he got levels early on. He also has tranquils already as well, but 4 minutes into the game. So it's not even like his damage is high, right? But also his potential to move across the map is increased massively as well because the tranquil's movement speed that he gets. So yeah, I'd really like to see Chalice stay up in this top lane. Old 11 just jungles, and then it's a dual lane of FY and X Nova in the bot lane. Sounds pretty hype.
Talking about speed.
No, stop, please. Just.
All right, I'm done. I'm done.
No more. I can't take it.
I'm done. For real this time.
Here we go.
I'm done.
Come on, Chalice.
Stay connected. You got this, Chalice.
You can do it.
Ooh, disruption bottom. And they've got the Nether Toxin down, but there's the toss onto DY. The damage is going to be done on X Nova to get the kill. 2-0 for Vici.
FY and X Nova are like, aren't we supposed to be tri-laning with a core player? Where are our core players gone?
Monkey King is mid. Enigma's into the jungle. And it's just two supports bottom. Ori makes a rotation mid this time. And they will get this kill onto Somnus. It's the laning shuffle. The laning shuffle. Everybody loves the laning shuffle.
It's not even the shuffle. Like, Ori just comes and ganks mid. I love a good roaming Viper. Oh, the top lane. Eurus is gonna die.
Ooh. Oh, Chalice with the solo kill.
Pause on clock. You guys in Twitch chat were laughing at me. I don't even need cogs. I just run at people. That's such a big kill as well, actually. Because we talked about how
massive. Now the Avalanche bottom. They were just trying to get the toss on a PYW, but now instead they'll eat the hoof stomp as well as the double edge on an FY. That'll send X Nova back. He's got 3 stacks of Shadow Poison.
He almost has Necrobook on Enigma, by the way, so even after all this lane shuffling, because he's managed to get this time in the jungle as well, he's actually pretty farmed. Like, he's going to have this Necrobook at about 6.5 minutes in. Probably even a little bit quicker.
So Old 11 back to mid. And Somnus back to bottom. Oh, boy.
So sorry.
Okay, so Chalice in level 5, TB not level 5 just yet. It's about a Creeper 2 advantage for the Clockwork. Now, are you looking to move as a one-position Clockwork?
Oh, yeah, I mean, this hero doesn't farm, right? This hero gets level 6 and he just runs around the map and kills people. But if you look at Dire's lineup, the Venge can swap people out, but if the cores are by themselves, they do just die to Clockwork, right? Like, they're not mobile at all. And that's going to be a nice regen here for Old 11 in the middle lane.
My form renews.
It reminds me of...
11.
You talk.
Yeah, go on. Go for it.
Top lane, hang on, Chalice.
Chalice taking some damage
And now
there
the
as
Monkey King
DY and
rotates.
Eurus make the rotation. Somnus. Lane and wait. Potentially for Eurus, but he's got a long time on this Metamorphosis. This is probably ill-advised. Magic Missile Primal Spring
FY's
sends
keeping
Eurus
as well.
back. So that's actually pretty good, as now the Balance Strike
toss him
comes in. He's got Tree Dance, but he just doesn't have Primal Spring, and they can't keep up.
Yeah, he just used it to try and jump on the TP before. I have no idea why. I guess Monkey King doesn't want to lane against the Viper, so he's like, well, I might as well TP top. This is fine.
Ooh, FY.
And now Viper's TPing mid as well. And he's a little bit late.
Old 11.
He has no TP.
He's a little bit late, and that was
Ooh.
Black Hole committed on that. FY coming around looking to get the kill on Ori, who's taking a lot of damage. The toss is through. FY trying to catch up and maybe get an avalanche out, but won't find it.
I thought Old 11 was going to die there. He had the mana for the TP if he'd have popped the mango, but yeah, with FY rotating in just in time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, can he steal the item in bot lane? PYW's going to get it. He steals the Faded Brooch.
That's massive. Faded Brooch, such a big item, I think, in the tier 1 aspect of it, and now they get the kill there on the PYW.
X Nova hit
First
the
bit
creep.
of intelligence.
X Nova hit the creep and he started running away before the item had even dropped. So PYW had so much time to get that disruption off. I mean, that's just really unfortunate for X Nova. And Tiny's going to be really sad because that Faded Brooch on him is as good as it gets at level 1. Like, there's no better item than that for him. Even heroes like Enigma and stuff would love that as well.
Top tower is under attack.
Ooh.
Old 11's made the rotation towards top. He doesn't actually have Black Hole to work with, but pops the Necro Book. And
Dire's middle tower is
where is
under
Chalice?
attack.
Chalice is mid with a double damage.
He's just slapping towers. He's fine.
Magic missile. And oh, the toss avoids the hoof stomp, but actually throws him right onto the Monkey King. They've got the Stampede. Now the damage is out with the Balance Strike. Not going to be enough to get the kill there on a DY. Finally, Old 11 finishes him off. But with the massive rotations coming in, they still are able to clean up Old
They've got Stomp
11.
in 8 seconds. It's quite a while.
Hook shot.
Radiant's
And there's the double edge. FY waiting for at least the Avalanche and has the toss. Oh, Yang!
Dude, look at this. He's farmed
Dead.
X-Nova.
X-Nova's cleaning up.
The carry's here. The guy that's been AFK farming bot lane the whole game turns up and cleans them. Oh my god. X-Nova just gets 6 perma-int now, by the way.
Well, he had 2
stolen it.
from bottom when they killed PYW.
Yeah.
But now he's got 6, and that is, yeah, transition in the core, dude. I don't think you guys know who's the core at the moment anyway.
Just don't look at the net worth chart. It's fine. Eurus picked up a Royal Jelly, by the way. That I'm so sick on TB. Because you have to ferry clarities out to yourself all the time anyway, right? To keep up with the contra image spam. So, anytime you get a Royal Jelly, it feels so good. Broom handle for the Monkey King. It's going to be wonderful. And you're going to see Somnus going for more points in Tree Dance here, I think, so that he can farm more effectively. Because this game at the moment is devolving into a fight fest. And I think he needs to make sure he can get up to his items quickly so he can actually fight. It's like when he's playing against this Viper, right? Who has the break, he can't gain Jingu stacks. And he's playing up against the Shadow Demon as well, who has a Purge at level 6. It's not easy to get this Jingu stuff off. So I think he just has to aim, focus on farming a little bit for himself. Top lane here, I think Old 11 and Chalice are going to try and shove this tier 1 in really hard.
For sure.
But they're smoking up on Vici and walking up towards them. I don't know if they're going to get there in time, though. This tower dies so fast.
Radiant's bottom tower
They have
has
Black
fallen.
Hole. If they were to get a +1 here, Monkey King doesn't have the Wukongs, but that could be a massive team fight. And the Rocket Flare, Chalice now in trouble as the Demonic Purge comes in for the Shadow Demon. They've got the cogs around him, but he still ends up dead. They'll get the kill on the Chalice. They look over to take out this Enigma, but won't find him as he TPs out just in time.
I think if PYW had gone for the Shadow Poison earlier onto the Enigma, I think they could have given him vision for the swap there from DY, but didn't quite manage it in time, unfortunately.
So going Guardian Greaves first for the Enigma. Tiny going Blink Dagger FY. A little ways off of that one. 4 staff for X-Nova, who's just farming bottom. Happy to have that farm. The net worth split on these supports is actually significant. But
Yeah,
I
but
say
look at
that
the
seeing
core
the cap
difference.
the cores. Yeah.
Eurus is so farmed, along with Ori, in comparison to, the position 1 and 2 on LGD. Chalice is coming mid here. They kind of just want to push towers with these Enigma Eidolons and things.
Hook shot, global
a
silence, and the Venge is dead. Somnus gets the kill. Again, they still have the Black Hole to work with. I don't know how deep you're looking to go. X-Nova with the double damage. There's the Stampede. Eurus now uses the Metamorphosis. Ori gets the kill on a Chalice. They also take out X-Nova. That is a very easy kill for those 3 heroes to get when Silencer just wanders onto the high ground by himself.
But they don't even get the last hit on the tower on LGD either. Ori gets the deny. So Vici in such a commanding position now this game. This Clockwork is going to fall off really hard. Because
They've got
just haven't found the
Wukongs now.
openings.
Can they do anything with
Radiant's
this?
middle tower is under
Like, they pop
attack.
global and they only kill the Venge, right? It's just, you need to be getting more during that duration. We talked about how they need to play around it. And now, Vici know that without the global being up for LGD, they are so much stronger for the next couple of minutes.
Balance Strike, Primal Spring, PYW ends up dead to X-Nova. Now make it 8. They're gonna smoke. Yang, Malefice. Oh, really, Chalice? Hey, that might be just a lag thing right there. They've got the damage coming through onto the Centaur, and they will get this kill now. Ori, FY, an amazing job to bring back this Viper. Chalice still dies. but they get a couple of kills there, and X Nova all of a sudden,
Dire's
12
middle
stolen
tower is under
intelligence,
attack.
and they're pushing a tier 2.
Dire's structures are
Yeah, we're
fortified.
100% blaming that on ping for Chalice, by the way.
I think so. If he's still dealing with that much packet loss,
Yeah.
no worries, Chalice. I got you.
Do you know what would help with him? With his technical issues?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
No. What would help him?
I don't know the names. I was kind of like setting it up for you, but never mind. So it's
I
fine.
wanted you to get your time in.
Black
Black
hole?
hole on a 2 as well as the global silence. They're doing a lot of damage onto the Viper as well as the
Oh my
Centaur.
God, this Viper.
And here comes X Nova disruption. And X Nova's still standing in the Nether Toxin, but the damage comes to it with the just the swap. DY
FY said
almost a magician. They get the kill on Ori as well as DY. Wow.
Sick black hole though
Dire's top
from
tower
old
is
11.
under attack.
That's really good. The fact that they catch the Viper there as well. He's the kill number 2. Obviously, you want to kill this TB at the moment, but they can't really find him. And I am worried for LGD that Eurus is just free farming his way through, but they found their way back into the game. Like the net
Dire's
worth
top
distribution
tower
on
is under
LGD is so
attack.
funny. It's just they split so evenly across all their heroes, right? So the reason the gold difference isn't bigger for Vici is just because of the difference in support net worth at the moment. Like X Nova has so much. Like he has treads already at 15 minutes into the game and 700 gold, which for X Nova, I don't know if you know, but he does not normally get a huge amount of gold on this team, especially because FY usually has to have space to farm his like blinks on heroes like Tusk and Shaker.
Still waiting for the Blink Dagger, getting a couple of bounty runes. Level 10, I assume it's
think
the
it's-
movement speed for FY, right? Or first
Oh yeah,
talent.
100%. You don't take the damage on this roaming tiny. It's not worth it. Always take the movement speed. I like that FY's proving me wrong when I said I don't like Posh 4 Tiny as well. He's playing it really well.
Well, he heard you. DY, spotted. They'll try to take the easy kill on this one. X Nova taking a lot of damage, and they will get this Venge. I don't believe he got the 2 intelligence on that. Or was he at 12? Well, now he's at 14.
Oh wow, he's at 14 already.
Yeah, old 11. No black
Yes,
hole,
no
taking
black
a
hole.
lot of damage. The Nether Toxin's down, and with the Metamorphosis, Eurus will get the kill onto old 11. Somnus waiting for a moment, laying in wait, but
Oh my
Chalice,
God.
oh my.
I really hate Pause's mid-fight, but like he
Yeah.
has to, right? Because he has hook shot, so he's actually going to like make a difference. If he was dead, then it would be fine, but
Because it could pan out that he hook shots Eurus as he steps in 2 more steps. Somnus comes down with the Wukong's command. Although,
does Chalice want to die or does FY want to die? They have to make a decision.
yeah. So let's get the hype back up. Eurus moving forward to try and get FY. It looks like LGD are going to try and disengage on this one, but X Nova taking a lot of damage now. The hook shot, it comes up way short. However, the
Oh,
Wukong's is
Sunder.
there. They've got the Sunder. They've broken this Monkey King. Yang taking a lot of damage, but they got the kill on the Chalice as well as X Nova. Looks like Somnus will be next. Global Silence comes in. He'll at least get Yang, or actually X Nova does.
X Nova bought back for that, by the way. But,
Yeah.
And he TP'd to the shrine and just died again straight away. The problem for LGD is that when Eurus turns up to a fight, they can't touch him. Like, they have no damage on their team. The only way they can kill him in this game is if they black hole him. And it's just not happening at the moment, unfortunately. At least he got 2 in on the silencer from the buyback. Worth. I like that.
How much did that buyback
Radiant's
cost him?
middle
300
tower
gold
is
for
under
2
attack.
intelligence? What?
That's not very- you could've
A
just bought a
mantle of
mantle.
intelligence is 145. It's a little bit
But he did steal
inflated.
it. He did steal it.
Yeah, that's true. Another kill here on a DY. Ooh, one more shot. Oh. Eidolon's
There's an
missing on the
Imp
high ground.
Imp for the TB as well. Massive item for
Old
him.
11 just dying to an illusion? Jeez.
Actually do. He has mech. He's fine. Fake hype.
Oh my god. Yeah, sure.
What?
You got
He
it.
had Necro 3 queued up on old 11, by the way. I was really surprised. They really need this blink, and they need the blink black hole and then pop global at the same time, because there's no other way they can take fights at the moment on
Dire's
LGD.
bottom
This
tower
TB's
is
just
under
in a too
attack.
strong of a position. And what's Monkey King building? He's got an Echo Saber. Okay.
Do you go to Fuso on Somnus? Is it worth it?
He could. I'm still wondering if he wants to go for this Radiance build up against the TV, but I think they just need damage. Like we talked about, he's their only hero that does right click
Radiant's middle
anything.
tower is
Apart from
under
X Nova
attack.
when he steals 100 in late in the game. But Ring of Aquila for the TB, even better. You're going to take this mid-tier 1 though. Oh, did 11 go for the deny?
Radiant's
Doesn't
middle
manage it.
tower has fallen.
And are they going to smoke up here on Vici? Yeah, they are. Okay. Here we go. PYW leading the parade. Oh, 11's.
Hold 11. Black hole? No, swap, global
We
silence.
didn't get it off.
Now there's their metamorphosis, and old 11's just dead here. Where is he? Yeah, there it is.
And they're looking for X Nova as well.
They're gonna find him.
Radiant's middle tower
No way
is
out of
under
that
attack.
one. X Nova's gone. 2 heroes, and Somnus needs to. Yeah, he needs to leave.
FY has his blink now though, so they do have kill potential. But like, who does he go on? I guess he could kill like Shadow Demon with a +1, or like. No, Venge is pretty tanky as well. I imagine DY's probably going to go for some bracers. And then I don't think he dies to the combo.
Wukong's toss with the avalanche, hookshot, boundless strike, and Oregon. Decent pickoff.
It's killing time.
That was the blink reveal as well though, and they
Radiant's
popped
bottom
Wukong's.
tower is under
So
attack.
good kill for LGD, but Vici aren't going to be too worried as long as the TV's still farming. They're still going to be favourites for this game. Like we said, he's the big dog. Especially going into the late game where LGD don't scale massively well.
So won't get the outpost, but will get the bounty rune. But that's really bad for the side of LGD. Both outposts going the way of Vici.
Yeah, especially if you look at the level difference at the moment. Like TB's level 15, right? Like he's so far ahead of everybody else in the game. Essence Ring and Aquila for the Radiant side. I assume Monkey takes the Aquila and Clock takes the Essence Ring. Unsure.
Malphus, Midnight Pulse, and Primal Spring. But Ori's coming
here,
through,
though.
so they need to leave. Global Silence is unavailable for 25 more seconds. You just look at the damage Ori does to old
Oh, he's
11.
not in
He
the black
pops the
hole.
black hole, but Ori's not in it. So things falling apart for LGD. And Primal Spring onto nobody, but he'll tree dance once again. Yang comes over, taking no more big damage from LGD.
Oh,
They get
FY.
X Nova, they get Chalice, and they will also take out FY, make it 4 for Vici, and they are rolling away with this game.
Do you remember before this series started? I told you how hyped I was, and I was really looking forward to some back and
Radiant's
forth games that
bottom
didn't end in 20 to 25 minutes. Vici.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire structures are fortified.
Crap.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So they get the tier 2 bottom.
Is that better? Sorry.
I think that is much better. Sorry to cut off
Sorry
your.
about that, everybody. Twitch chat. Sorry if I've just burned all your ears. I don't know what just happened, but yeah. Next time it happens, just scream at me so I can turn it off straight away.
Okay. You got.
Oh, Twitch chat are gonna murder me. Oh no!
You know that's Twitch chat though.
What a disaster!
They've been going after us, doing their part as the Twitch
That's
chat
fine.
community.
I'll take it. Twitch chat, come at me.
Take the abuse.
1 second, 2 second, 3 second from Chalice.
Amps me up.
Learning to count.
Learning to count with Chalice.
Dongle. He's telling him to use
Get
the
a
dongle.
Wi-Fi dongle.
Yeah, I assume so.
Maybe.
Oh god, Twitch chat. I'm so sorry. I can't move the reaction. Live excited at the same time though.
What is this potato microphone? Can't believe this Mofara guy is actually allowed to cast a game. God, how ridiculous is this? Something typical Twitch chat responses.
That's
1K
fine.
microphone, potato
No,
PC,
To be fair,
Keck W.
Right. That is a valid point though. I would get that.
Dude doesn't know obscure interaction? Idiot.
The best bit is Twitch chat that they have been putting. He almost died as well. So. But,
So 9,000 net worth lead. Eurus so far ahead on this Terrorblade. You know? Just it really isn't working out for LGD, and I think that does have to do in part with Chalice struggling
To
with
be
this
fair,
ping.
yeah, but at the same time, like LGD, if their draft doesn't help them either, the way it's played out, right? Because if they don't take good early engagements, this Clockwork, they have 2 offlaners, right, and a core that got shut down relatively early on in the Monkey King, so they're not scaling well at all. And as the game goes on, you know, their win percentage goes further like down, I think, unless they can pull off some insanely good black hole. Old 11's getting run out here, by the way.
Yeah, FY2 hookshot comes in on a 2 of these heroes. The Cogs will send him back. They've got the global silence as well as the balance strike. They'll get the kill on the DY, but they lose FY in the process. He'll buy back. And Eurus outputting some dangerous damage.
He has Dragon Lance as well, so he has Hurricane Pike actually.
Yeah, they can't really reach him at the moment.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nope. Look like they still want to go. Avalanche as well as the toss. Stampede comes in. Wukong's command is there, but they've already found this Monkey King. They'll get the kill. The balance strike not doing anything. I think this might even just be a GG call after this fight if they get everybody or if they get enough. They're so far behind, and like you said, they're already running out of options.
He wants Chalice wants PYW though. He's
He'll
running.
at least get that. Maybe. Hookshot in 4?
Yes, hookshot. Come on.
Does he spend it?
Oh no, it's the ping.
Chalice.
It's the ping.
It's totally the ping, Chalice. We forgive you. It would be funny if that was the kill, where they're just like, all right, GG.
So watching out for Twitch chat. Here we go. Eurus picks up a DD.
Damage.
Do they want to just go into the Roche pit?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Go with Scotty next. Gosh, she is compared to. I guess Chalice is the comparison, right?
Yes.
He's
yeah,
beating him by
100%.
10,000 net worth, just about.
Radiant are scanning.
So I've just watched chat putting loads of what faces to the mic. That just made my day. Sorry, I didn't make yours. Right, back to the game. I'll actually focus now. That's all I wanted.
Illusion.
I just don't see how LGD. 12,000 net worth deficit. Nothing going right. I mean, their item progression is basically halted.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
I think if Monkey King dies one more time, I think that'll feel like they can't really make their way back into this. Like, they have Blink on Enigma now, right? So they can make plays with the Black Hole Global, but I would have actually really liked to have seen Shadow Demon or Venge like rush a Lotus or some sort, or some kind of purge, right? Or they get the swap onto Monkey King.
And the Wave of Terror, so he's already down a bunch of armor, and they will get this kill on his Somnus. Eesh.
Dire are scanning.
Nobody's having a game here on LGD. I don't think anybody's been allowed to kind of play Dota.
It's tough, isn't it? But Vici have been taking all the good fights. Like, whenever they have meta up, they just go, right? Every single time it feels like. Eurus is about to finish a Skadi as well. So, like, even if you black hole him with Midnight Pulse down, how are you going to kill him before he gets Sunder off? I actually have no idea.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Because they just don't have damage on LGD.
Maybe comes off the back of a perfect black hole. 5-man black hole. Locks up these heroes. Ooh, PYW Midnight Pulse, and now he's tossed out of the Midnight Pulse. He'll disrupt himself. They are starting to bring some numbers around. Yang is here.
get the hook
Hookshot
shot.
now hitting onto Ori, but the rest of your team is kind of far away. And they've got so much damage to just kill off Chalice. There's the black hole. Global silence coming through. Can they do anything with this?
Here's Eurus, though.
They look for Ori, and he does not die, so this will fall
God.
apart at the seams for LGD. And there goes Old 11. Somnus might be next. The Wukongs is over. The BKB duration is not going to continue to be there for Somnus, and GG is called by LGD. Vici just 26 minutes into the game. Get the victory.
I mean, look at the net worth difference from Eurus on this TV to the next hero down. Like, it's like 7,000 gold. But 26 minutes into the game, when you have one hero that's so big in all comparison to all the others. Yeah, I mean, game's just over. Unfortunate. I was kind of hoping we would get more of an even game than this for the first one, especially. But Vici did a really good job here. The LGD experiment draft does not seem to have pulled off, unfortunately. But no reason why they can't win game 2. I don't know how much I can say about this game, to be honest. I mean, it feels like we've talked about everything that needs to be talked about here. Like, this draft works if they get ahead early on, but the laning switch-ups, I think, hurt Monkey King a lot, because we talked about how he needs to be the big boss, right, on the Monkey King in this, like, 20-minute mark or so they can take fights. And he's just, like, he picks up this